So John White here with Luke 10. And in this video, I want to talk about why we are asking the Luke 10 community to help 3 people get to the Luke 10 Conference, Leader Team Conference, which is at the end of August in Denver. 2 of those 3 people are here. Now, the third person isn't here because this person works in a closed country, and it's not a good idea to use their name or see their picture in public. But I know this individual, this brother, and I know that he is deeply committed to what we're doing in Luke 10. He's sharing these things in his country, and is part of one of the leader teams. So he's one of the people that we're talking about. But these 2, Jen Hamilton and Ben Hamilton, have become good friends, especially over the internet over the last number of years. And I want you to get to know them a little bit. If you don't, Ben is Jen's son, and have that family element there. So I want these guys, first of all, to talk about, I know that the 2 rhythms of attention that we talk about in Luke 10, connecting with one another on a heart level, and then connecting with Jesus on a heart level, have become really key values in their lives personally. But then they have shared this with a whole lot of people, both in Thailand and then in their native country of Australia. Both of them have been living in Thailand, and Jen is going back to Australia. Ben will be staying in Thailand. So first of all, I was kind of asking him these questions earlier. I want you to give me some numbers. So I would like just a rough ballpark figure on how many people in the jail or in the prison where you all work there in Thailand, ballpark figure, and how many people you have taught the 2 rhythms of attention to. What's your best guess on that?
Yeah, it was funny. We were talking about that just before, and we came around a number about several hundred, between 700 and maybe 1,000 people between the men and the women's prison.
Yeah. So you guys have gone into the prisons over and over and over again, and taught those things to people in that context, which is amazing. And then another context are some schools there. You've been able to go into schools and teach these things to the children there. Jen, what's your guess on ballpark number of how many people you've taught them to in schools?
Yeah, I would think easily 500 plus. Because there's 3 main schools that we go into, and we've been doing it over years. So easily 500 plus.
Then you have teams of people that come into where you are in Thailand from Australia or different kinds of places, and you also teach it to them. What's your guess on how many of those folks have you shared this with?
I think we came up with a number around about 50. Yeah. Because usually a team consists of, between 6 and 10 people. And right. We've had quite a few over the years. Yeah.
And those people then take it back to wherever they've come from.
Yep.
And you also, in a more formal sense, both of you have been facilitating Church 101 groups. And now I'm thinking specifically about the people in Australia that you have taken through Church 101. And I think both of you, it's about the same number. So Ben, how many people have you facilitated?
Yeah, approximately 18 people, but if it's just Australia, it's a bit less because I've done some Americans as well. So yeah, okay. Around 18, yeah.
These are just formally going through the course. I know there are a lot of people informally with. Jen, what's you've taken about the same number, I think.
Yeah. I came up with 17, and then Ben said, you took me through it too, so that makes 18. Yeah, and there are some.
Go ahead.
Pardon? I was going to say there's some more people in the pipeline that are looking to go through it in the near future too, within the next month. So that's really exciting as well.
Right. So we think
they're Australians.
Pretty amazing is beginning to happen. We're seeing the multiplication of this in Australia with Church 101, and then a number of people are now in leader teams that you guys are facilitating. And so we think that's maybe one of the reasons that the Lord is calling Jen back to Australia to begin to give leadership to what's going on there. So that's an exciting thing. Jen, what's your if you have kind of a vision or a dream or what you'd love to see God do in Oz.
Yeah.
Oz, isn't that Australia?
Oz, yeah, that's us. Yeah. So my vision and my dream comes from a little road trip that I did last month. When we were in Australia, I spent a bit of time travelling around visiting friends from back in the day, from school, college, just old friends. And I talked to a lot of people along the way, and I just noticed a common theme of people saying how they're like feeling disconnected and isolated. And that just really struck a chord in my heart. And I just thought, wow, like this stuff that we've learned through Luke 10, we've been able to create like vibrant families of Jesus here in Thailand and create communities where people belong. And I just have this sense that that's what God's going to get up to in Australia too. And I just feel that, yeah, he wants me to be part of that. So I'm really excited about that.
Beautiful, beautiful. And
yeah.
Ben, you were sharing with me how Luke 10 has impacted your life, and that you want to share that with others, but just talk about what it's meant to you.
Yeah, so like Luke 10 is, for me, has been a really, like the most important thing that has happened in my life. It's been like, it's able to change me totally, helping me understand who God is and understand what he wants for us and understand how important relationships are. Whereas I'm normally the person, I would run away from a relationship, run away from wanting to talk to people. And it's like totally flipped me, like right over, exactly the opposite sort of person, I think. And yeah, it's so important. And I want that for the people who I know and love in my life. Like Mum's talking about, she's had so much more time in Australia and with people, and I've been here for so long, and it's actually helped me sort of feel the same things towards my Thai family as well, my wife's family. Whereas before I was like running away and hiding from them as well. And like, it's actually given me a different way of looking at them. And I'm also, I didn't tell you this before, John, but I'm really excited about what will happen in this situation as well. So yeah, I added a little bit more. I hope it's good. Yeah.
Yes, good. So finally, I want to talk a little bit about the conference. It obviously, coming from overseas, Ben from Thailand, Jen from Australia, is pretty expensive to put that all together. So what are you? What's the benefit, Jen, to you, as you see it, for you to be at the conference? How's that going to be? How do you hope God uses that in your life?
Well, I know that in the past I've gone there and like just been able to like catch the vision of what God's been putting in, your hearts as, Luke 10 leaders and things for the future. And I just really love hearing about all that sort of stuff in real life. And through listening to that and hearing what God's got for you, I sort of feel like he challenges me about what my next step is too. And being at the conference actually gives me the skills and equips me to be able to do that. And having this group of people around me to love me and encourage me and say, yeah, come on, you can do this. You can take this next step. We're behind you. And yeah, and then when we're away from the conference, like, we're still behind each other, on our leader teams and things like that. Yeah. And I just love having the sense of being with, like, with my people, like we all share the same DNA and we have these really strong heart connections with God and with each other. And yeah, that's just the most amazing thing to be able to take away and have in your life. Yeah, and be able to share it with other people, and it's so easy to share. That's what I love.
And Jen's been at the conference before, so you have some idea of what to expect. Ben has never been there. What do you think as you think about the conference for you, Ben? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm so excited about getting to meet the people I've been on teams with for so long. I think it's about 2 years that I've been doing it now, maybe more, I can't remember. But it's like, yeah, like I was saying before, the relationship side of things is something that's totally new for me. And like even caring about other people and wanting to meet them. So I'm so excited about getting there to meet people. Yeah, I can't wait for it. When I first heard about this years ago, conference, and I turned it down. I was like excited to visit America, but that's become second to actually wanting to meet each other. And yeah, I'm so excited for meeting like all the people on my leader teams who I have got to know as like brothers and sisters. And that's sound even weird for me to say that I think of other people as brothers and sisters, because it's like a new thing for me. And yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to, is getting to meet people in real life.
Beautiful. And so there's a lot that happens virtually, like on screens like this, but there's also something really special when you're actually, I call it being in the flesh, you know, when you're really physically present with each other. That's really important. So we are coming to the whole LK10 community and asking you to listen to Jesus about helping out to get Jen and Ben and this other unnamed person to the conference. They're all coming from overseas. And to listen to the Lord about that. And even if it's a small amount, you know, $10, $20, whatever it is that the Lord directs you to do, you can do it through the GoFundMe campaign, which is on the link here on in this email. So excited to see what God's going to do, and appreciate all of you guys praying about this and being a part of helping to get these guys to the conference. Thank you so much.